Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, and we're going to jump into these charts, take a look at Bitcoin, traditional markets, the Dixie, and try and get an idea on whether or not Bitcoin is going to break this megaphone pattern to the upside or the downside. So we'll find out where potential entries could be if you're, feeling like you missed out or you capitulated on this wick. So, starting it off with traditional markets, holding that bias that, we are likely to play out a major bounce from this area. Why? Well, that VIX spiked into the highest read, we've only seen 3 times in history here, and every one of these VIX spikes has resulted in a major melt up in the stock market. And yeah, 1, 2, 3. Once was 2008, then you had the COVID dump, and then we had right now the highest volatility we've seen in history. So reiterating our stance there, bullish for stocks, and that should carry us upwards and onwards for Bitcoin. Something to also keep your wits about, or just understand there's some kind of a Japanese carry trade that is unwinding right now. Essentially, money leaving our market, going back to Japan, and the Japanese yen has been very bullish against the U.S. dollar. Rumor has it that about half of this trade has unwound, and so maybe we get a little bit more of a push on the Japanese yen, which I think would be in alignment with the dollar holding the downtrend. So we want the dollar to hold this downtrend on the daily time frame. Going to be bullish for equities in general. Bitcoin dominance, interested to check in on this one, as our box of peace and prosperity and death and despair is gone. Well, I'm going to put it back on there and just remind myself that a run up into the 0.5618 area was very likely, and we had this area marked off, and now it looks like we're going for the 618. Up at 60%, that should also be bullish for Bitcoin. Rumor has it money is leaving the Ethereum market at the moment, but I do believe that the Ethereum bulls are going to be, coming back in full force and holding this trend line. Could be a major buying opportunity. One more wick down into 50% of this wick. ETH is the number 2 cryptocurrency by market cap. I don't think it's going to disappear tomorrow, even with all the fun innovations that are coming out. You get the Ethereum ETF, and it kind of being the second step away from Bitcoin. For new investors, I do still think, Ethereum is not done, needless to say. All right, back onto Bitcoin, and some are, talking about this as, an island gap. This is the CME market here, but essentially the island being, right here, and an island reversal gap. So many fun names. All I know is price action gets sucked into these gaps. We have now filled the gap, and, a rejection on the first pass is not unforeseen, but this market has been unforgiving and brutal and wants to leave people out of the market, when things are bullish, and leave people in the market when things are bearish. And so if we do shoot through here, put in a higher low somewhere around $62,000, we're going to have the weekly close. That would lead me to believe we're going to head back to the top side of the range and the top side. Wow, interesting chart here. Bullish demand, definitely. So, kind of caught between a rock and a hard place where, excuse me, we're still making a downtrend, right? On the daily time frame, don't fight the daily downtrend. So that's why I don't think, I think there's about a 50% chance we come back down here and retest this wick at some point. I'd say I lean at maybe 75% chance. On the other hand, my bias will flip around real quick, especially if we close above the white 200 simple with volume. So a bright colored candle, If you don't know how to get these charts, check out our link in the description below for how to set up TradingView for free. So yeah, that's that. And short term, we're coming into the weekend. Typically, price action has been violent to the upside on the weekend, and violent to the downside on the weekend if it was last weekend. But something to note if you're watching the altcoins is, AI tokens such as this one here, AIGX and Tau, anything AI got beat up pretty hard over the last couple of days. I mean, from the top to the bottom, and this is where I was picking up some concern, down 80%, 86% from the high. Let's check out Tau. So meme coins and AI tokens went down the hardest, but they're also back up the most, alongside with some of the real world assets. So do I see Tau here? No, I don't. TRX, another one I wanted to check in on because this one more on the bullish side, TRX. While I'm going down the list, when looks pretty bad. Lower highs and lower lows. Pepe, probably the most bullish out of them all. And if Pepe can hold above the Y200 simple, going to look good for probably a test of this trend line. This one tends to get bullish very quick. And wouldn't be surprised to see it test the green 55. That was Pepe there. And I wonder if there's any bullish divergence here. Going to be a couple of drives of hidden bullish divergence. Yeah, I would expect this one to get a run up there in somewhere between the yellow 21 and the green 55. Brett. Nice little W formation. Wouldn't mind seeing this one pop back up to 1320. There's Tau. Yeah, so some of the ones that got killed the most, AI and meme coins, but they're also recovering the most at the moment. So, not today, but yesterday, massive rallies out of these coins off the lows over the last 3 days. Tau up 97%. Also, how much was it down from the high? 77%. So bigger bounce than you would expect. And this one already made it into the green 55, getting rejected on, beginning declining volatility. So maybe short-term down for Tau. And just following up on Bitcoin here and the CME and the weekly closure. I'll leave us with that. If we can see the week close above the 21, we got 7 hours and 54 minutes left here. Above the 21, bullish. And the same thing, so the weekly is going to close for CMEs today. And of course, spot price action will close on Sunday. But if we can get back above the 21, again, going to give me that bias that probably going to run a little bit closer to the top side of the range here. And we'll judge it from there next week. Economic data coming out next week. You're going to have inflation, core inflation on Wednesday. The CPI report, as we like to call it, right there. And then you're going to have Thursday, I believe it is Wednesday's CPI report. And then Thursday, we've got retail sales and jobless claims. So that would be the midweek reversal, or probably the area we get some kind of price action out of next week. All right, I'll check back in with you guys on Monday. Hope you have a blessed and highly favored day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.